Well, hello there. Join me today on the banks of my local River Ouse. December the 16th, and I've got to say, it is a bit chilly. It was about -1, -2 last night. I went out to the car this morning about 8 o'clock, and that was -1. Ice all over the place. Seriously thought, I'm not going to bother today, but you don't catch anything when you're sat indoors, so I put a few layers on, and I'm along 10 Mile Bank in the 190s. I've been fishing for about an hour and a half, and miracles and miracles, on 6th cast I've actually had a bite, and I've had a perch about 2 ounces. About 15-20 minutes after that I've had another perch as well, so I thought, you know, maybe there's 1 or 2 fish around. I've had another little indication, which I missed, and for the last sort of 40 minutes I've not had a touch. But water's got a little bit of colour in it, which was to be expected. All that snow last weekend, that's all gone into the water now. We had a fair drop of rain yesterday, so it's washed it all through. Bit of salt in the water, so it's knocked the fishing on the head. Like I say, I've caught a couple of fish, which is 2 more than I thought I'd catch. But like I say, it's got a little bit of movement, it's got a bit of colour on it, so thought give it a go, you just never know. Now I found a snag, but yeah, so I've just minimal tackle on the bank, 1 rod, bit of bait, and I'm just fishing light, just see if we can get a few bites. So tackle today, I've got a 12-foot Cadence CR10 12-foot feeder rod, number 2, with a 1.5 ounce tipping. Lovely light rod, beautiful progressive action. I've had it a couple of months now, very impressed. I've coupled that with a 4000 size CS10 reel. I've got 4-pound main line, and so what I've been doing just lately, as you know, is I've been fishing with a shock leader. So I've got a 6-pound shock leader there. Got a 20-gram plastic Nisa feeder. Got 2-inch link, and I've got a twizzled loop there, probably about 3 inches long, with a Krolusu quick change swivel bead there. I've got 28-inch hook length, which is 0.10, and a size 20 Matrix Supermatch hook. On that I've been fishing treble pinky. I'm just going to go out now with a single maggot just to see. So we'll get this out there and we'll show you what ground bait we're putting in the feeder. Fishing about 3 parts the way across. Very chilly. Rod up there. So we've got the rod up in the air because it is running a bit. So on the ground bait front, we've got Bait Tech Pro Natural Dark. I mixed that up on the bank this morning with some warm water. I've got it mixed quite soft, so it holds in the feeder well in this deeper water, but it does explode out when it's on the bottom. 2 bait tubs, pinkies and red maggots, and it's as simple as that. Like I say, it's minimal tackle day today. Car's right behind me, most of the gear's in the car. The only other thing I've got by the side of me, I've got some spare hook vents. I've got 0.10 to 18 Supermatch there, 0.10 to 20 Supermatch what I'm using. Just a few spare feeders. Got an ounce feeder there, smaller 20 gram feeder in a larger 22. All important sunglasses, and the most important piece of equipment today, the flask. Now I sort of made a thing with myself that I'm going to stay until the flask was empty, and I've had 3 cups of coffee so far, so the flask ain't far off from being empty. Okay, I didn't expect a lot today. Very surprised when I did get the first bite. Even more surprised when I had another bite and another fish, I'd say about 15-20 minutes after that. They definitely wanted it because they had it right down them. So, but it's very, you know, this is sort of an area where the fish can sometimes hang out during the winter, but I think with that salt water going in, you know, it's definitely putting the fish down. Probably give it a couple of days and there might be a few roach about in the area. But like I say, you don't catch anything when you're sat indoors. Mind you, that sofa is looking quite favourable today. But time now is 11:30, so we'll see how we go. You never know, we might get a few more bites yet, hopefully, anyway. But I'll give it till about 1 o'clock, and if nothing else is sort of transpired, then off home we'll go and get in the warm. So hopefully if you're out today, have a few fish. Oosh. Well, there we go. It's the end of the session. I had those 2 perch. I did have 1 other bite, and unfortunately that's all she wrote. But we always knew it was going to be tough today, and 10 Mile Bank has proved yet again been a tough cookie to crack. But we've been out, we've had a couple of bites, we've had a couple of fish, so it hasn't all been in vain. So hopefully you've done a little bit better, and hopefully you've not done any worse. So catch you next time we're on the bank. Oosh. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. Who could say there's no such thing as Santa? Yeah, as for me and Grandma, we believe. Yep, have a lump of that one.